Hey guys!
Hi guys!
Alrighty, so Season 7 of Game of Thrones is almost over, and without giving you any spoilers, there will be no spoilers in this video.
None.
There are a few things worse in this world than Game of Thrones spoilers, I would say.
Right.
So we're going to go over some of the pops from Series 6 and 7 and do a giveaway. Alrighty, so a lot of pops here. We need to start somewhere. Let's start with Stannis Baratheon.
An oldie but a goodie.
A very oldie but a goodie, I would definitely admit. Oh, no spoilers though.
That's right,
no
spoilers.
So I'm a really big fan of this pop. I really like how they did the gray hair with the brown beard. I think that's one of the first times I've seen that in a pop.
You can kind of see like the male pattern baldness too in his hair.
Yeah, it's a simple sculpt, but they did it right. He has a great just sort of personality to him. The dark eyes and the high eyelid coming down sort of in an anger pattern. The armor's done really, really well. Lots of little chainmail in there. That's always something hard.
Yeah, the chainmail is always difficult, and I love when they do this because the detail is just amazing.
Yeah. Overall, a really, really good pop.
Up next, we have Melisandre, better known as the Red Woman. I absolutely love the color of her hair. It's not necessarily red, but it's not necessarily pink. It's more of like a purpley,
it's kind of like your hair
color.
Sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. I like it. Maybe that's why I'm kind of feeling her hair.
Yeah. Although I hate her character. I gotta admit.
No spoilers, no spoilers.
Yes, no spoilers.
And of course she's the Red Woman, so she's holding a torch and she has giant eyebrows, kind of, you know, she's a little mischievous and a little mean, so she's gonna have these high arched eyebrows. But overall, she's pretty cool.
Alrighty, ending Series 6, we have Margaery Tyrell. This was a pretty basic pop. There's not a whole lot to these, but I do like her dress. I think that sort of that filigree on the top of it is done really nicely. Even sort of her pose with her hands is also done really nicely.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like her pose. I love her dress. I mean, it seems quite simple on the bottom half, but the top is just so beautifully done.
Yeah, it's a simple pop. Like I said, nothing special. Although all the hair on the Game of Thrones, it's done really well. The sculpts are always really nice because they have such crazy hair in the TV shows.
Yeah, and it's not just the women in the show. A lot of the men have long hair, and they all have great sculpts.
Yeah, the only thing weird about these is where they paint. They actually paint the hair on the head pop for some reason.
Yeah, it's a little strange. Maybe it's because they have the braids. A lot of the women do, so they have to pull the braids back. I don't know.
I've never been a fan of that, but nonetheless.
Now going into Series 7, we have Bronn Stark. Now he's also a pretty simple pop. He has a very standard pose with his hands at his side. He's got this haphazard haircut, and he's just wearing simple clothing with plain stitching, not a lot of color, but he's a pretty cool character.
Almost boring?
Yeah, it's kind of boring. It's
like
a little...
the sculpt on him is almost really boring. His hands are just to the side.
It's like, ma'am, here guys.
Yeah, they were just like, throw Bronn in there. We need him in there. Just put him in
People might want him.
Up next, we have one of my favorites, Tormund. Of course, he is the boyfriend of Brienne. My bad. Spoilers. No spoilers. My bad. But wow, this one, I love this one, honestly.
Oh my god, me too.
His head is absolutely huge, which is what makes me just laugh every time I see it. But I do love that. The sculpt in the beard is amazing. The hair is amazing. All the lines done in his face, just, his face looks weathered, basically.
It does. He even has the age lines in between his eyes, too.
Yeah, just absolutely fantastic. But the body is just as good as the head as far as sculpts go. They really did that leather and fur look really nicely. I mean, this is probably one of the better ones in the line, I would say.
And the last of the giants, 1-1. Now this, of course, is a 6-inch pop, and this is unbelievably cool. I love all of the arrows coming out of him. His face is just so gruesome. His nose doesn't even look like a pop. It looks like some kind of an action figure because it has all this detail.
They had to, right?
Yes, they had to.
Because in the show, there's no way you could make his face look like just a regular pop.
Oh my god, no. If
they had to do some sculpting.
I mean, his eyes, of course, he has pop eyes, but that face, the nose, the mouth, all of it, it just really takes this one home.
I know. I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of his character. Well, okay, no spoilers.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of his character. And I'm not going to say why the arrows are there, nothing like that.
That's right.
He's just awesome. You know, he's the last of Giants. He was an amazing... Dang it, it's hard not to give
Stop
spoilers.
talking!
Okay, I'm done. This is an awesome, awesome pop.
The sculpt is fantastic.
Yes.
Check the show out.
And finally with the pops, the Battle of the Bastards. So what a fantastic 2-pack. If you're going to do a 2-pack of Game of Thrones, I feel like this is the one to do.
Absolutely. Jon Snow is my favorite character.
Yeah. Jon Snow. Jon Snow was one of our first
Remember
pops.
Jon Snow in the snow?
We actually, what was that? Walmart exclusive.
It was Beyond the Wall Jon Snow.
Beyond the Wall Snow. Yeah, Beyond the Wall Jon Snow, Walmart exclusive.
Glitter on him.
The first Walmart exclusive pop ever, I believe. And we went and got one and did a giveaway like 3 years ago. I can't believe it's been 3 years. Yeah. So here he is back, looking better, much better sculpt than what we saw originally. But I love the shield. I love the arrows stuck in the shield. I love sort of the battle wounds on his face.
Of course, he has to have the battle wounds now.
Yeah, I mean, just overall really great pop. They're really nailing the armor.
Yes, they are. The armor has so much detail, and I like how they're putting the arrows in these characters, whether it be on their shields or on their person. It just really adds that just extra touch.
Yeah, because back in the day when Game of Thrones first came out, they had a Jon Snow, but redoing it, it doesn't look anything like the old one because they weren't able to do this before.
Well, he's changed so much on the show, too.
Yeah. Now, beside him is Ramsay Bolton with the bow and arrow. I hate Ramsay.
I do, too. Man, I just don't like him. And look at his eyes. They just look so tired.
Doesn't he just look like you want to hate him? Even as a pop. They do that well. They did that really well. The hair on Ramsay is done really well. Lots of movement. I mean, the hair sculpts on any of these Game of Thrones, like we've talked about, they look really hard to do. Very detailed, a lot of work. His armor, once again, is done really nicely. He also has his quiver in the back, going for battle. I just really like this 2-pack. One of the coolest packs they've done, I think. Now, finishing up our little review here, we're going to show you one Dorb and a couple pocket pops. First up is the Night King again. Game of Thrones absolutely kills it with design.
Oh my god, they do. They must have a huge budget for design.
Costume design is the #1 thing I would say in Game of Thrones. Night King was one of those that you just like, oh my god.
Yeah, as soon as you saw him on screen, like, whoa!
I'll never forget that moment in, what was it, season 2, I guess? The last episode where we finally saw the Walker.
Yeah, it was right around that time. We were like, oh my god!
Holy crap! And then, of course, you know, we get into the Night King. But, yeah, really cool Dorbs. Not everybody's a fan of Dorbs, and I can understand why. This one's done a lot different than most that you'd see. The mouth, specifically.
Yes, absolutely, because he doesn't look happy. He's not smiley. I mean, he's still chibi, but he's not smiley and just like, hey, I'm here.
I can't think of many Dorbs that don't have a smile face. They should be doing this. Like, get rid of the smile. Yeah, we can deal with any mouth. I think that's a great way to do the mouth.
I agree.
And look at all those little lines on there. Man.
You know, he kind of looks like Freddy Krueger a little bit.
Yeah, he's creepy. Very, very cool.
And last but not least, we have 2 pocket pop keychains. Up first, we have Jon Snow. And Jon Snow is carrying his sword. He has his battle scars all over his face. Other than that, he's quite simple. He has his cloak on. There's a lot of detail in such a little area. But overall, pretty cool.
And then lastly, Drogon, one of Daenerys' dragons. This one came out in pop form a while back. I believe we have it somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Of course, this one is the gray and maroon dragon. Again, pocket pop keychains are different. Not everybody collects them. One thing, though, you should know that I don't think a lot of people know about these pocket pop keychains, you don't actually need the keychain. So if you're looking for something maybe a pint-sized hero size, but you don't want the keychain, you can actually just twist these off, and then it will turn basically into a little figure.
Mini pop.
Yeah, and the hole's so small, it's not really going to be noticeable. And they make the screw long enough. It's a decently long screw. And then basically you just have a little pint-sized hero if you don't want to use it as a keychain. Alrighty, so that was the review. Game of Thrones, an amazing show. Again, if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. One of the best shows ever made.
Absolutely it is.
I would definitely say. And
it is not for children.
No, of course not. You know, not even close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But once again, this was a giveaway sponsored by Entertainment Earth. We partnered with Entertainment Earth to give away some of these pops. You'll see in a picture here what pops we're giving away. This will be done through Gleam, so Entertainment Earth will be taking care of this for us. So thank you so much for doing that, Entertainment Earth. Sometimes we get loaded down with stuff to do, and it's a little hard for us to do giveaways on our own. Well, now they're going to take care of that for us, so thank you a million times. If you've never done a Gleam, we'll put a link down below. Just click on that link. Rules will be on that website once you click the link. There are many ways to enter, so pick your choice, whichever one you want to do. Good luck, thank you guys, and we have a channel update coming soon if you guys have been wondering why we haven't been on the channel very much lately. So look for that in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.